Thanks, Anderson. Yeah, I'm sitting here with Senator Ted Cruz, who is leading in at least one poll in Iowa and in second place nationally. How do you think you did, Senator?
I thought it was a great debate. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was lively, and it was nice. We covered a lot of substance, which doesn't always happen.
Interesting that there was more back and forth between you and Senator Rubio than between you and the front runner, Donald Trump. Why do you think that is?
Well, look, I don't think that's terribly surprising because Senator Rubio's campaign has been running attack ads against me, and I think they're concerned. I think they're concerned about the momentum our campaign is getting, that we're really seeing conservatives uniting. And you know, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a big New York Times article where their campaign was talking about how very worried they were that if they didn't slow down this momentum, that they were going to be in real trouble. And so I think that prompted some of the sparks. But what I think was most valuable about this debate is it gave people a real opportunity to see who has the judgment and experience and understanding to be commander-in-chief, and I think that's the most important question in this election.
You probably don't know this, but during the debate over surveillance and the reformation of the surveillance program, Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat from Oregon, very ideologically different from you, except not on that bill, right, where you supported his efforts, or vice versa. He put out a fact check saying that Marco Rubio was wrong. That it wasn't that you could do anything you wanted afterwards, that things were expanded. But let me ask you a question about immigration, where you went after Marco Rubio very strong. What would you do with the 11 million or however many are in this country illegally? Donald Trump says deport them all. I don't know what you would do with them.
So what I've said, I've laid out a detailed 11-page immigration plan. I would enforce the law, and existing law provides what you do. You start by securing the borders, so you're not, if you have a sinking ship, the first thing you do is fill the hole, right, so that you don't have people coming back in. The second thing you do is you start deporting criminal illegal aliens.
People who have broken the law beyond just immigration.
So in 2013, the Obama administration released about 104,000 criminal illegal aliens. You begin enforcing the law. So if someone is apprehended crossing illegally, if someone is apprehended by ICE, you enforce the law, which is you deport them, which I would note is what every other country on earth does.
Right. But what would you do with the 11 million already here, some of whom have been here for a decade or more? Well,
if you look at what prior administrations have done, as I noted in the debate, the Bill Clinton administration deported 12 million people.
So you would deport them?
I would enforce the law. The president doesn't have the authority to say, I don't like this law, I'm not going to enforce it. You enforce the law, and federal immigration law provides that if someone is here illegally and is apprehended, that they should be sent back to their home country. And we need to enforce the law, and it's critical. Now listen, I'm also a big advocate of welcoming and celebrating legal immigrants,
sure.
And those are different. I think most Americans agree with a very simple principle that legal good, illegal bad, and I think that's a principle that really should govern how we view this.
Interesting moment when you were pressed really on Donald Trump's proposal to ban all non-American Muslims from entering, and you quoted FDR's grandfather, Warren Delano. All horse traders are Democrats. Horse thieves are Democrats. Not all Democrats are horse thieves. Let's play that.
I'm reminded of what FDR's grandfather said. He said, all horse thieves are Democrats, but not all Democrats are horse thieves. In this instance, there are millions of peaceful Muslims across the world in countries like India, where there is not the problems we are seeing in nations that are have territory controlled by Al-Qaeda or ISIS, and we should direct at the problem, focus on the problem, and defeat radical Islamic terrorism. It's not a war on a faith, it's a war on a political and theocratic ideology that seeks to murder us.
A majority of the Republican voters out there, according to at least one or two polls that I've seen, support Donald Trump's proposal, disagree with you.
Well, look, people are reacting to the Orwellian doublespeak from Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. When you have the Democratic Party, as a matter of policy, refusing to even utter the words radical Islamic terrorism.
You know why they're doing that, though, right? I mean, because now it's the same reason George W. Bush was reluctant to do it, which was national security experts say if you do that, you feed into the propaganda of the West versus Islam.
Jake, that's fundamentally wrong. They're doing it because of political correctness, because they don't want to identify what it is. fighting.
W did it too, though.
And it's having real consequences because we're not stopping the bad guys. So, for example, you look at the female jihadist in San Bernardino. She posted on Facebook years ago calling for jihad. And yet DHS, when processing her fiancé visa, didn't look at social media. They have a policy in place not to look at social media, which is public. It's literally just looking to see what she has said publicly to the world because they think it would be inappropriate. Political correctness doesn't make any sense when we are fighting.
But how is that political correctness and not just privacy issues? Because that's my understanding, is that the message that she wrote was, first of all, in Urdu, second of all, under a pseudonym, and third of all, in a private message that she was saying back and forth with some friends.
Listen, if we're not capable of understanding Urdu, then we shouldn't be approving visa applications.
But we don't have access to the Facebook private messages of people. This wasn't posted on her page. It was a private message.
We should be directing our attention to focusing on radical Islamic terrorism. I'll give another example, one that I brought up in the debate, which is Nidal Hasan. Now, the Obama administration knew that Nidal Hasan was in contact with Anwar al-Awlaki, a known radical Islamic cleric. They knew that he had inquired about the permissibility of waging jihad against American soldiers. And yet they did nothing. And apparently because it was politically incorrect. And as a result, Nidal Hasan murdered 14 innocent souls. And this is the consistent problem of the Obama administration, is their approach over and over again. It is to focus on law-abiding citizens. What did President Obama, what did Hillary Clinton say after San Bernardino? Let's take away the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms of law-abiding citizens. That's the wrong problem. You got to focus on the bad guys.
We need to have you on State of the Union sometime soon to talk about all this in depth. Senator Ted Cruz, thanks so much. Congratulations on a night. Many people are saying nice things about it. Appreciate it.